All right, now you can hear me and I can see it, and I should check that before I go live. Can you believe this? This is like weeks ago. I haven't gone snowboarding in weeks, and I still have a snowboard tan. I just don't like. I went to Miami and everything, but no, still, it's pretty defined. Anyway, so I'm going to be working on writing instructions for the last two exercises, or maybe just, yeah, I think it's the last two exercises of testing web apps workshop. I also have a blog post that I'm working on about caching. And I'll mention to you all that I scheduled two more workshops. So we've got the web fundamentals, and yeah, that's split into part 1 and part 2. So yeah, that'll be sweet. The early bird pricing is going on right now. If you come here after not having been here for a while, you'll get a couple of notifications because I have that show up automatically when I've got workshops scheduled. So yeah, we've got 11 days left under the discount for part 2 and 9 days for part 1. That's just because it's happening 2 days earlier. And then, yeah, the early bird discount is over for the testing web apps. But yeah, that workshop is in 8 days, which is really exciting. We've got most of the tickets sold. So we're going to have a nice big group. It's going to be sweet. We're going to have a great time. And that's what I'm working on right now. So yeah, I started this live stream earlier, and my sound wasn't working. But what I was talking about briefly was here, and I don't need to share my screen here, was Blue Sky. So everybody's talking about Blue Sky. You're not going to escape from it here. But yeah, I've been on Blue Sky since yesterday, and pretty active on there. Lots is going on, and it's kind of a fun place. My biggest concern with Blue Sky is that it seems like a lot of people on Blue Sky are just really excited to be on something that is exclusive. There's a bit of an exclusivity vibe on there, and I appreciate that. The developers need to do a slow rollout, otherwise they'll get just drowned in support requests and just cost and all sorts of other things that yeah, that are involved in creating a new social media platform that is very popular. So I don't fault them for that. I think that's a good thing. They should do it the way they're doing it. But it's the attitude of a lot of people that are like, we should stop inviting people onto the platform right now. I do not like that at all. So yeah, anyway, I do have some invites to Blue Sky. So if any of you really want to get onto Blue Sky, since you're watching the live stream right now, I will share it in the chat, which I think I don't think the bot has made a chat yet. We have the chat from the last live stream that didn't work out. So let's wait and see, and if the new one shows up, then we'll start chatting over there. But anyway, the one from earlier is right here, and so yeah, if you really want a Blue Sky invite, I've got 20, which I was surprised by. So feel free to ask in here. If you ask me later from somewhere else, then too bad. I guess, I don't know. Okay, anyway, oh, and I'm not showing my screen. So when I say here, what I mean is this chat. Jump in this chat and ask, and I should bring up Blue Sky over here. Just, yeah, if you really want to. Yeah, have too much social. I've noticed that Blue Sky has made it so I have more social media to worry about, and I don't like that quite as much. So I can appreciate not wanting to have more. Like I spend more time on social media now, but it's been one day, so we'll see what the future holds there. Okay. Anyway, let's get to doing stuff that we need to get done. We'll prioritize. So I do have a couple of PRs. No, it's not iOS only. It is supported on Android, and there is a staging environment for the web. So staging.bs or bsky.app will take you to the staging environment. But and so that's what I'm using on my laptop. But Yeah, the Android app is not great. I hear the iOS app is amazing, but yeah, Android is not awesome. I believe they're using React Native, and they just probably are optimizing for iOS right now. I don't know. It's the weird world we live in, where Android is way more popular, but iOS always gets all the attention. So what do you do? So yeah, I need to focus on testing web apps. I know I have a couple PRs open on the update on the KCD workshop app. One minute, I think that you're watching right now. So thank you so much for all the work that you've been doing on there. I will review those PRs when I finish with the exercise descriptions and stuff. I believe that I should be able to do that by tomorrow. I'm hoping to finish all of this morning, even before lunch. So we'll see if I can manage that. Okay, 5639. That's Cody in port speak. Okay, great. So we got our unit testing. This is all done. Now that looks different than it did before. That is interesting. Not in a good way. Let's see what might have changed. Yeah, that's weird. Why would that have changed? Yeah, something weird changed there. I'll have to look at that sometime. Oh, there's a new important issue. Okay, well, it's if it's really, really a big issue, well, we can take a look. Holy smokes, I got a, whoa. Oh, right, I sent an email to like 43,000 people this morning about my life, man, you've got to be joking. Oh, I had 3Ds, dang it. Ah, that's the worst. That explains why I've gotten a million emails, because everybody's telling me the same thing. All right, give me a second. I gotta stop sharing my screen. This is highly important. I can actually change the URL because I pay through the nose to be able to do this. What a joke, but it is important for situations like this. Edit 1D or remove 1D. There we go. Fixed. Okay, now I'm going to reply to all these emails. Also, your site loads really slow in Eastern Europe. That is a surprise. So just give me a couple seconds, or like a minute or two. Okay, I'm just curious about that person who said that it's slow in Eastern Europe. All right. Okie dokie, we'll look at that later. So many people telling me that the link is broken. Fire your graphic designer. That was made by me. I should probably hire a graphic designer. That's funny. And there's that. Okay, almost there. Sorry. Yeah, okay, got through all of that. Good. And now, since the link has been fixed, hopefully nobody else emails about that. That was the wrong link. Okay, great. So let's take a look at the most recent message. Oh, okay. Yes, good. I saw this. Oh no, this is 4 hours ago. Yeah, okay, yeah, let's fix this right now. Oh, hold on a second. I just realized I'm not watching this thing. All activity. There we go. Sorry, Oneman, you've probably been posting a bunch of stuff, and I have not seen any of it. So sorry about that. We'll take a look at these later. But yes, right now we can fix this in KCD shop. Did you make a PR for this yet or no? Okay, cool. Yeah, I can merge this one really quick. Originally, this workshop root, get workshop root was an async function, and so that's why I didn't do what you're doing here. But yeah, now we can do that. And in fact, I probably would get rid of the function altogether and just, but it's used elsewhere, so yeah. Okay, thanks. And squash, it's a chore, so no release will go out for this because it doesn't really make a difference. And that's great, thank you. All right, so I can go ahead and, I wonder if this issue is fixed. Oh yeah, it is, great. Okay, so that's the issue I saw that I was concerned about. Oh, 40 minutes ago. No, it must be something else. Anyway, KCD shop, let's go to process manager. And this is where we go shell true, and this is on the app process one. Okay. Interesting. Do we have to do that for both of these? Probably. Probably want to do it. No, we just want to pipe. We don't want to inherit. Yeah. Pretty sure that's what we want to do. Okay, great. Hold on a second. Why do we need this array thing? Oh, I don't understand how this API works. Oh, okay. Where everything goes. That makes sense. I see. So we want to inherit standard in and then pipe standard out. And standard error. It doesn't work with only pipe. So you mean here it doesn't work with only pipe, so we got to do the same thing? I'm just trying to think, do I really want to inherit standard in? I don't think I do. I think I want to ignore standard in. Pretty sure I want to ignore standard in. But then pipe the other two. Pretty sure that's what I want to do. Let's just make sure that it works in the simple case, and then we can push this and then move on. All right, so nested routing, start learning, link that thing up. It does seem faster, even for this. So maybe, yeah, maybe those changes. Actually, I didn't pull, so no. Okay, cool. So this is working. If I look at this, we're not getting any logs because that's the wrong one. Here we go. Logs right there. Cool. And then if I go to tests and do that, we're getting our output. That's exactly what I expect. And then in here, we're not getting output. That's also what I expect. So that's good. Yep, good stuff. That is awesome. I love that test thing. I need to make use of it more. Fix processes properly, pipe standard IO. Then we're going to pull and then push. Okay, cool. That should be good there and should hopefully fix that problem. Yeah, if you can investigate this a little bit further, then that would be super appreciated, or I'll come and look at it later. And I totally forgot to close this. Whoops, closed this with the last commit. Okay, let's get what the last commit was. I'm not that lazy. Here's the last commit. Oh, whoops, that one. This one. Okay, great. I don't think that would be a problem. Oh, yeah, so you're saying this is the problem. Okay. Maybe. Fix for this one. Okay. I think. Okay, cool. Good stuff. And oh my gosh, I totally forgot to start up centered. Where's centered? Okay. Cool. Good, good. We're in a good spot. Over here, let me come back to, oh, hold on. It looks like we got a new live stream chat going for this live stream. So we're in here now to keep things consistent with where everything's at. All right, let's get centered going. According to centered, I have an hour and 16 minutes to finish writing the content for the testing workshop. So that's actually good. I don't think that I'll be able to manage doing that, but maybe we will be lucky or focused or whatever needs to be for that to be. Maybe we'll be that. Okay, sorry. I just get the QR code scanned. That is a selfie. There we go. QR code, boom. Here we go. All right, and coming back here, do we get a latest update on it? Nothing released yet. Okay, let's see, where'd that go? Actions. It is releasing currently. As we speak, the release is happening. Oh, it's adding comments, so it should be released by now. Okay. Workshop app. It should be that. Okay, so what is this all about? Yep, it's there. Great. We're in that limbo state where it npm local doesn't know that there's something there. Dang it, that's the worst. All right, whatever. We'll hopefully it works enough for me to do what I need to do, and then we'll have the version ready when it really is ready. That's so annoying. Okay, great. So unit testing, test isolation, we got after each hooks, and now we're on to component testing. Hooray! So I like the idea of writing out the step instructions first. Yeah, and then we can do the background instructions and stuff. especially when ramping back up into this. Just noticed the chat in YouTube. Hi YouTube, Lorgio. Cool. Excited to see you in Canary.js also. I don't typically pay attention to comments on YouTube and Twitch, so if you really want to chat happens in Discord. Link in the description. All right, initial component test. So if we look at our diff, here's what we got. Sweet, we already have Cody in here, so that's nice. So for this initial component test, the instructions here don't have to be too detailed because we've got really good detailed instructions in the exercise itself, so that's nice. Yeah, lots of highs from YouTube. Hi, friends. Okay, so we want to, we could talk about Faker. I think we've already used Faker though, so might be useful to talk about Faker earlier, actually. You know what? Let's find where we're using Faker for the first time. Faker. And, oh, right, here it is. There we go. So we do talk about Faker. We at least mention it, like, here, you can use Faker. That's good. Yeah, create remix dev. That's what we need to talk about in this one. All right, yeah, so let's start here with component testing. And in the background, you know what? I'm going to do the background first. Testing React components involves, okay. Let's see. As usual, when testing React components, we want to focus on our two users. One, the end user who's clicking the buttons and typing in the fields. And two, let's swap those because normally they first type in the fields and then they click the buttons. Who's typing the fields and clicking the buttons. And then two, the developer who's rendering our component and calling our functions. And let's see, with props, yeah. We want to avoid a third user. I call the, here, let's see, a test user. I think I've already talked about the test user. No. Oh, here, let's do that. Yeah, there it is. Avoid the test user. Test user. We've already talked about. As we've already discussed. So we don't want to mock, or so we want to avoid mocking out React and other hooks if we can help it. Yeah, sort of, but not really, because that is a deprecated library. We'll do that by using the render function from testing library React. Testing library React by yours truly, by me. A library I wrote when preparing a workshop like this. Here, and let's link it up. Yoink, 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 yoink. Testing library React. Is a library or a set of utilities that allow you to embrace this philosophy. The more your tests resemble The way your software is used, the more confidence they can give you. Now, have I already said that? Yeah, I have. In the first exercise. We'll just do that. So if this is your first time sorry. Sorry, just was reminded for a second about the person who emailed me saying that I should fire my graphic designer for creating this promo image. Just like that's cracking me up because I made this. That's so funny. I have no idea what's wrong with it. I didn't even think it was that bad. So that's just, it's really funny. I am not a designer at all, and I don't mind people joking about my designs. I know my weaknesses, and they don't control my mood. Okay. So if this is your first time using, I recommend having the documentation open and ready to reference as you go through this and the next exercise. Much of it will feel familiar to what we did in the playwright exercises because playwright's queries were inspired by testing library. Let's do it celebratory. There we go. Okay. Here's a simple example of a test. Okay, what are you going to do? Let's see what Copilot does. Okay, all right. Yeah, sure. Name, change greeting. Yep, that's exactly what I was going to say. Nice. This needs to be async. Okay, so file name is let's do okay, and there you go. Actually, you know what? The docs probably have an example. We should just use that one. Oh man, this is the problem with having a tab open on the other screens. When I click on stuff, it opens up over there instead. So I'm going to close this. Okay. There's not a single example in here. Here we go. Example. There we go. We'll go with this. You know what? This is a great page. Let's just do that. If you've not read, check out the example, the quick start example in the docs. The quick start example. There we go. Which should give you a pretty good idea of how to use it effectively. If you've used testing library in the past, you may be interested in reading common mistakes with testing library. Let's see if it can get that. Let's see, does that work? Oh my gosh, it totally does. I can't believe it. I even titled it wrong and it still got it. That is so crazy. Which is sad that it has to exist, but it does. And it's really, really good. As they are common mistakes that you may be making them yourself. Don't feel bad. They're common. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted to say. Okay, great. So, here's the simplest example of a test using testing library. All right, here we go. File name, app, test tsx. And then import render and screen from testing library React, test, button, yeah, sure. Yeah, sort of simple. I don't know. Let's do a counter. Counters are always awesome. Counter. Just feel like if I don't put an example in here, people won't even look, and then they'll complain that they had no idea what they were supposed to do. But yeah, so here, let's go with that. No, why would, no, that's right. Increments when clicked. Let's go with this, count, and then with our name can look for count. Why do I feel like this actually won't work? I think this to have text content maybe matches all like 100%. So let's come over here and just toss it in the playground. Playground rocks, by the way. It's so cool. All right, and temp ignored test tsx. Stick that there. Let's come into playground. Yeah. React is not defined. Well, that's an important thing to do. React from React and user event. There we go. That'll work. Great. Good thing I checked. You know what I'm going to do, though? We're going to say count. All right. Okay, great. Anything else that needs to happen? Okay, so in our first exercise, oh, yeah, forget that. Yeah, we also do remix stubs, so we probably should have a section on that in here as well. Yeah, actually, React test or testing library docs queries about queries. Here we go. Man, it's like we've got some pretty solid docs. It's amazing. Shout out to the team that's currently working on all of this. It's awesome. And important, here actually. Especially the page about queries. Okay, what else do we use in here? Yeah, okay, great. There was, oh yeah, remix. When our components are rendered, they are using a context provider from Remix. When we try to render our components in our test, things like use loader data and link will expect to have that context available to facilitate this. Yeah, the tricky bit with Remix is that so much of what you're doing relies on backend code. We can, relies on the routing layer, which often involves loaders and actions. So the Remix team is working on a great solution for this called create remix stub, which allows you to create a mini remix app that you can render in your test and have all the routes you need for testing the component. Okay, cool. And unfortunately, they don't have docs for this, not yet. Remix, let's just check. Maybe they added some testing. Not a single page that shows up when you type in the word test. Testing. Yeah, nothing. Which is, you know, unfortunate. It will get better. Okay, this is a work in progress, but should be released quite soon. As that is the case, there is no documentation, and the API we use has an unstable prefix. However, it's unlikely to experience many changes, or even any breaking changes before the release. Okay, here's how you, here are your docs for that. All right, let's see what come on, Copilot. All right, fine. Let's see, what if we do a file name is app routes counter.test tsx, and export a function called loader that takes no, that's not at all it. Return JSON count, import db from utility db dot get count, export a function called action that return or yeah. Use loader data from remix run node or React. Okay, great. So then we've got our data, return. Where's my counter? I guess that's that's all there is. Yeah, that was useless. Form method post button type submit. There we go. Every time you click it, it's going to increment and it'll save in the database. Yep, there we go. All right, so this is very interesting. Let's open an app 2. So that's what the import looks like. And then what's interesting is our test is actually going to look kind of similar, except for the setup portion, which is pretty rad actually. What do I call it in here? I call it an app. Create remix stub path counter and element. We're going to bring in import counter from, and this is going to be app counter.test from counter, and we also want the loader in action. Counter loader action. That works now, right? Did I have to do anything funny with that? Well, yeah, we're gonna go with that. That's the way it'll be in the future. We'll look at that in a bit later. Okay, and if you, yeah, in this situation, we're actually testing the counter component with its loader and action. Here, I wonder. Yeah, maybe we don't start with this. We'll get to that. So then we say our loader JSON count. Where's that component? It's called count. Yeah, whoops, data.count. Yeah, count. Okay, count is 0, and then okay, and then count plus equal, or yeah. Yeah, and then we don't have the need to import the loader action. Often it's pretty neat that we can test the component, the UI component, with some backend logic, some mocked backend logic. However, we also, I'm often interested in testing the component holistically. How do you spell that? I don't know. Whoops. There we go. So we can actually import and use the original action and loader from the route as well. Import the loader and action. Use the original loader and action. The trick here is to make sure you've got a database working in your test, which we'll cover more in the next exercise. All right, I think that's all the information they need to know to be able to get into this exercise. So with all of that done, let's start here. Initial component test. And our manager. Our renter and host profile pages use a shared component called, what's it called? So we want to, let's see, and that includes a fair bit of complex logic around what is displayed for the chat link. Here are the cases, and let's look at what the cases are in the finished thing. When we're all done, what do these cases look like? App, routes, users. So here are all the test cases we need to write eventually. Okay, link to chat is a form the user's logged in, is not self, and no chat exists. It all depends on whether the user's logged in. If they're looking at their own profile or someone else's, and yeah, those are the only two cases. And if they're looking at their own profile or someone else's profile. Okay, it's a chat, or link to chat is a form that the user's logged in, is not looking at themselves, and no chat exists yet. Oh, right. They're looking at their own profile, someone else's profile, and if a chat already exists between the user they're looking at and themselves. Okay, no chat exists. Link to chat is a link to a specific chat if logged in, not self, and there is a history. A link to chat is a link to all chats if viewing it myself along with, oh, yeah, I'd probably get rid of this thing. Link to chat is links to login. The user's not logged in. Okay. Okay, great. For this first bit, we'll just focus on the first case. And we've got nice and help your coworker already. I should probably make an emoji for the coworker, because I say coworker a lot. Yeah, instead of your coworker, I should say like Nancy or something. I don't know. Let's do that. We are going to invent a new emoji. This is a big moment because these emojis are like everything here. So, new emoji, your coworker, person, human. Let's look at this list that includes the newer emojis and stuff. Are those all the, did I miss all the people? We could do cowboy coder, an alien, a clown. That would probably not be very nice, would it? Is this a redhead? Person with red hair? That's fun. What about a person with brown hair? Is there a person with brown hair? Just kidding. Ooh, this is kind of fun. Curly hair. Person with a beard. We could do a rock star, a singer. That would be cool. We could also just go with the boring, obvious choice of person behind a laptop. We could go with the stupid choice of ninja. Ooh, we could do an elf. That would be fun. Or we could do Mary the Mermaid. That might be too much. Or William the Wizard. If we did an elf, it could be like Ellie the Elf. Yeah, sure. Ellie the Elf. Yep, that's what it is. Ellie the Elf. Ellie. Your co-worker who sometimes does work ahead of your exercises. There we go. Ellie the Elf. Here we go. Ellie is also going to be referenced, whoops, right here. Co-worker. All right, good stuff. Now, co-worker. And this is the first exercise. So, see, there it is. It already happens. I always type React. I type Cody. I'll type Marty. Yeah. So, elf. Here we go. That's a man elf. I believe Ellie is a woman elf. Okay, so let's do this. Let's get mocking. Ellie, your coworker, added a time. Just to remind them, this is your coworker. Okay, good. It's break time. I need to take a break, but give me just a sec. Ellie added and to do. Here, coming back to that. I've added a handy, there we go. There, kind of make it like you're having a conversation. All right, good. And then I've added a few tasks to do. Okay, good. And all right, and Ellie already created the file for you, and you've got a bunch of comments in there from our friends. So let's get started. All right, great. That is the first part of that exercise. I gotta extend my break because I worked into it, and we'll see you in 5 minutes. All right, let's get at this again. So, yeah, we finished this, and we're like, hooray, good job, you did it. Oh, you know what? One other thing that would be useful is it may be handy for you to check out where this component is used in the app. You'll find it in inline file. File is app routes users username, yeah, host, and in renter. And let's see if we can point to the line where they're at. $173. $118. There we go. So now you click on this and you're like, boom, there I am, user profile, basic info. And I click on this one and I go, boom, there it is. And our test will be, whoops. Focusing on the chat link, so you can feel free to pass fake data to the component for most of the props, and we'll even make a fake user for the user prop, so we can easily test the logic around that. Yeah, that works. Okay, great. So then in here we've got our README, and we say manager says, great job. I'm feeling more confident already. Okay, part of me is thinking we should get rid of Peter, the product manager, and instead just have Ellie the elf. Should it be Ellie the elf? No, I'm starting to think that, see, Peter, the product manager makes tons of sense. You know exactly what it is just by hearing the name. Ellie the elf, you're like, what is that? Cody the koala, also, what is that? So it is something you have to learn, so that's maybe fine. But I was thinking maybe Kelly the coworker. Yeah, maybe it should be Kelly the coworker, or Catherine, or Caitlin. Caitlin the coworker, Kelly the coworker. I think I like Kelly better. Except Kelly is normally spelled with a K. So it could be Chris the coworker. I kind of like the elf, but it just, yeah, it's not connecting. Sorry, Ellie, you're gone. So Kelly the coworker, or Kathy. My mom's name is Kathy, spelled with a C. Maybe I should go with Kathy, the coworker. Kathy. That just feels kind of weird because my mom's name is Kathy. Kelly. Or Carissa. No, it's Kelly. All right, Kelly the coworker is not an elf. Maybe she's an elf. Why not? Sure, why not? Her name's Kelly. She's not Ellie the elf. She's Kelly the coworker. Okay, so maybe she could still be Ellie. What's wrong with Ellie? Ellie the coworker. Yeah, Ellie's fine. And Elf is fine. It's fine. We'll just call her Ellie the coworker. No, but it's all alliteration for all these things. Cody the koala, Lily the life jacket, Marty the money bag. So it's got to be Kelly. It's Kelly. Kelly the coworker. There we go. That's what it is. So Ellie needs to be changed to Kelly. All right, great. I feel better about that. All right, great job. Feeling more confident already. So after this, we do the setup function. Well, and then elf. While you were working on that test, I went ahead and wrote out a few more. I'm gonna need your help with something now, though. Okay, great, and that's the next exercise. And see, this is where I'm starting to feel like Kelly should do more of the talking because the manager doesn't care about this part. So yeah, it's gonna be the elf. We've got a lot of duplication in our code now, and I'd like you to think about how we can thoughtfully reduce that duplication to make it easier to make new tests and maintain the existing ones. Make sure to follow the advice in Kent's article, testing. Let's see. In this, we've got, whoops, that was a mistake. Yeah, that's actually quite good. We've also the primary duplication is in getting things set up. So I'd like you to look at creating a setup function that you can call in each test. Just make sure to abstract or put only what's necessary in there and return what the tests all need. We've got our emoji friends in there to guide you, so let's get to it. All right, great. And then we say, this is the elf speaking now. Great work. I feel much better about this code now. I feel like it'll be easier to write and read, or to read and write tests. Now that we have a good abstraction for the setup. Let's just avoid piling too much into this one setup function in the future. If we need to write a new test that doesn't quite fit the existing setup function, there's no reason to bend the set function to fit it. Just write a new setup function. It takes a lot of discipline to keep these things wrangled, but that's the job. All right, great. So, finished exercise 4, hooray. That is 54. There we go. And now we're on the last exercise. This one has 5 steps, so this will be a little bit more challenging. And it is 11:53, so I'm going to take a break. I wanted to finish this before mealtime, but yeah, I am hungry. And this one's kind of big, so test database. Lots of stuff to do in here. I think I've already got Cody the Koala in these ones, though, so that'll be nice. Let's see for sure. Yeah, Cody's in all of these, I believe. If we go down here to the envars, yeah, we've got Cody in these. So, yeah, it's all good. So this one's well laid out. It should be pretty straightforward to write the instructions for this. But yeah, I do want to take a break, an extended break for lunchtime. So that's what I'm going to do. Thanks everybody for hanging out, and we'll see you in like, oh, actually, you know what? I just realized, oh my gosh, I think I've got a meeting in just like a minute. Oh yeah, right. So I'll have my meeting, then I'll have lunch, and then I'll live stream some more, about an hour probably. Of course, you never know, life happens, but I will try to be on in an hour. See ya.